Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. The Premier League is about to end. We only have 2 weeks of the Premier League before it's gone for a little while. So I thought, why not predict who's going to win the Premier League? Here are the fixtures each side between Arsenal and Manchester City have remaining. City with 3 games left, Arsenal with 2 only. And if we have a look take a quick look at the Premier League table here. So as we can see, Arsenal are table toppers, but they have played a game more. They lead the table by 1 point. But City, as I've mentioned, have that game in hand. That game in hand is against Spurs. Not an easy game, sorry. But Arsenal, I would say City are more in the driving seat. It's City's title to lose, but as of right now, Arsenal are top of the table with superior goal difference. So moving on to the first prediction, then we have Fulham versus Manchester City. The early kickoff on Saturday, 12:30. Honestly, this could go either way. I mean, 12:30 at Craven Cottage does not sound like a fun away day if you're trying to chase a title. But if you want to be champions, you've got to win these tricky games like Fulham away. Fulham are a very tricky side. This season they've been a bit on and off. Obviously their last result was a draw against Brentford. I'm going to go with a narrow 2-1 City win, which would be massive in the title race to set the scene, especially considering our next match, which is Manchester United versus Arsenal at Old Trafford. Now, when teams have travelled to Old Trafford, obviously barring Manchester City, Manchester United have seemed to turn up. They've seemed to get results that people would not have expected. This includes Liverpool at home in the FA Cup and in the Premier League. In the FA Cup, they won 4-3. In the league, they drew 2-2. But obviously, last time these two sides played against each other, it was at the Emirates. United so close to winning it. Ended up 3-1, Declan Rice in the 96th minute, and then Jesus scored in the 100 and something. But Manchester United weren't far off in that game whatsoever. But it wasn't like Arsenal were playing their best either. So although I do believe Manchester United can get a result, this is perhaps wishful thinking, me hoping Manchester City can win the title, but I'm going to try and leave my feelings out of this. For some reason, I feel like a 1-1 draw makes sense. Obviously, Jurgen Klopp did say after his side played against Manchester United, he came out saying if Arsenal were to play against that Manchester United team, Arsenal would batter them. But it's Old Trafford, you never really know. 4:30 kickoff again, just like the Liverpool game. Realistically, Arsenal should be winning games like this. It's just like City travelling over to Craven Cottage. You know, it's not an easy away day by any means. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw though, and if Arsenal do end up drawing that game and City do end up beating Fulham, then that would probably end Arsenal's title race, although City have a tough away game coming up, which is Tottenham. This is the game in hand. This will be played on Tuesday the 14th, if I'm not mistaken. City travel over to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where City in the Premier League have not scored at the stadium for over 5 years. We've lost every single game we've played at this stadium since Spurs moved into their new stadium. I don't know, it's cursed, but however, in the FA Cup we did manage to break that curse, and obviously now we're in the final, but we'll talk more about that when the time comes. But Spurs, their season sort of petered away, if you will. They've set themselves high standards. Obviously in August, September, November, October, all those months, they were high flying. Obviously, last time these two sides played, it was a 3-3 draw at the Etihad. But Spurs have fallen off massively. They've lost to rivals Arsenal at the stadium not long ago. They even more recently, they've lost 4-2 to Liverpool. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Obviously, like Jamie Redknapp said, Spurs wouldn't really want Arsenal to win the league, but it's about dignity and integrity. They're not just going to let City walk over them, especially since Spurs are at home. I, however, don't think City will win this game. This game is the game that I'd say I am the most nervous for. I reckon a 2-2 draw. I reckon there will be goals in this game, but I just something's about it that I don't feel like we'll get the win. But we're at home for the last game of the season. City have West Ham, and Arsenal have Everton. So we'll start with City first. Manchester City against West Ham, if we can get it back up. Here we go. Manchester City against West Ham. Now, if Manchester City were to win this game, based off of my predictions, they would win the league. And this game, I think, is the easiest out of the lot. One, it's the only home game we have left of the season. And two, I think West Ham have been, again, on and off. They did get that 2-2 draw against Liverpool, but last time these two sides played, it was a 3-1 win to Manchester City. I'm just hoping we can get past West Ham and win the league. I do think, however, we will get past West Ham. I don't think he'll be high scoring. I don't think West Ham will put up as much of a fight as people may think. I'm gonna go with the 2-0 Manchester City win. And moving on to Arsenal, unfortunately for them, this does mean, based off of my predictions, that I believe they won't win the league. But remember, this is Premier League football. Anything can happen. Arsenal versus West Ham, last game of the season. They're also at home, Arsenal, at the Emirates. I'm going to keep it short. I think Everton have done so well to stay up. They had those 3 runs, 3 home games, 3 home wins, which ultimately see them in the Premier League for a record amount of years. I think it's 76 years now. Not entirely sure. You can double check me on that. But Everton, they just know how to stay up. That's all I'm going to say. But they're safe now, so they don't really have anything to fight for. Arsenal, if the title race does go to the final day, they will have something to fight for. And even if they don't, well, based off my predictions, they will go to the final day. So, you know, you really don't know what will happen. This game, though, I think Arsenal will win comfortably 3-0. Last time Arsenal played against Everton, last game of the season was the 21-22 season where Arsenal won 5-1. I don't think it will be as much of a walloping for Everton, but I do think Arsenal will come out on top. So, ladies and gentlemen, based off of my predictions, this is what I think Manchester City will be doing at the Etihad on Sunday, the 19th of May. This is what I'm hoping. I do think Manchester City will win the league based off of my predictions, but like I said, mentioned earlier, this is the Premier League. It could come down to goal difference, and so far Arsenal are superior in that category. So if we are going to take it down to the wire to goal difference, we are going to have to step up Manchester City. But I do think we will come out victorious. I do think it will be us winning the trophy in May. Obviously, Arsenal are not to be underestimated. They're a fantastic side. But I do have faith in my team. And I just really hope we can lift this Premier League title for the record 4th time in a row. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of that video. Please get your predictions down in the comments. Tell me who you think is going to win the league. Tell me why. Tell me your predictions. Get involved in the comments. And also, please make sure to like and subscribe. We are on 721 subscribers as of recording this, so we can get to 1,000 for the next Premier League season starts. That would be absolutely amazing. Over the time period where we have no Premier League football, we'll have FA Cup live watch along, we'll have the Champions League final live watch along, we'll have Premier League predictions, Championship predictions, even Champions League predictions if you want that as well. So if you want to see those content coming out over the time period where we don't get to see Premier League football, please make sure to like and subscribe, and the content will continue rolling out, especially after the 20th, after the 25th, when we have our live stream. That's when the content will really start to flow. So thank you so much for watching this video. Get your predictions down below, and I'll see you lot in the next video. Peace out. Cheers. Thank you for watching.